Hey folks, here's an update on the wall room and with some of the new arrivals that I brought into here. A lot of them have been split up and divided when I brought them home, and they are not just in this room but also in some of the other rooms. But you will see what I put in here. Okay. On this peninsula we have basically just three new plants. An Alocasia Ivory Coast, which gets very tall, 3 to 6 feet. From what I read, I'll probably get 3 to 4. There is a Mystery Alocasia right there that got split into two. You can see the one back there with no leaves on it, because I had to cut them off. They were dead already. But they were two Alocasias in one pot. And I got corms from them. So 3 corms, 1 in there and 2 in there. So worst comes to worst, even if the plants die, it was really an atrocious state. But you know, rescue. I got it because of the challenge. But I'm really happy about the Ivory Coast Alocasia. I wanted an Alocasia Jacqueline, which Walmart had last year. And they had a Verrucosum last year. But I wasn't comfortable about getting either of them because, well, I was too new. And too much of just too much of a newbie. But the Ivory Coast is a happy accident fill-in for the Jacqueline. I just want a really tall Alocasia. And now I have it. So, and it'll look really nice popping up from the middle of this peninsula, surrounded by everything else here. I think that'll look really, really nice when it gets going. The Black Dragon Coleus top cut is bouncing back. There you go, folks. Look at those leaves. These were all twisted over and curled over. You'll see in the recent videos that I already posted. This is all twisty and floopy, and look at this, only one leaf now is flopped over, and I'm hoping within the next few days it'll start to pump itself up and be right as rain. And that's probably an indicator also that the plant now has functioning roots. Here is the Scindapsus I got, nice and cute. This, I think, is a Dieffenbachia vesuvius. It was just labeled large foliage, you know. I have a small stalk propagated that I broke off that's in the workroom. Here is a Thai constellation, and I know I said on at least one earlier occasion that I will not ever get a Monstera. Well, I lied. Yeah, I lied because it's a Thai constellation, number one. It's always been one of my favorite plants. I fell in love with it the first time I saw a picture on the internet. And this was 30 bucks. I'm sure it's tissue cultured, but that doesn't make a difference at all for any reason. 30 bucks and nearly perfect condition. You know, how could I say no? Excuse me. Here is the flower stalk, again, of the Coleus. And you can see it's already beginning to wither away and fall apart. Here is the flower of the Silver Sword progressing. And just below it there is another, what I'm sure is a flower. And it has to be male and female. That's what I'm thinking. That sure shooting ain't a leaf. That's a flower. Here is the Aglaonema silver that I got, and I picked it because of that really nice yellow cream margin that it has around the leaf edge. That quite took me, and it's slowly writing itself up again. It's behaving exactly like the Aglaonemas over here. And here is the Maculata, Dieffenbachia maculata. This is the smallest piece that I ended up with. I took the plant and I divvied it up into three. I've got this one, another single stalk that's slightly larger, and then a great big multi-stem, 2 foot tall by a 2 foot spread mother plant. And I'll show it to you in a moment. There is the Gypersia, doing fine. This leaf, by the way, this Cuprea leaf, is 13 inches long by 8 inches wide. Just so it's a matter of record. Okay, let me hit the pause. And I'll just show you real quick where I situated the main Dieffenbachia maculata plant, right here. And so we have Stumpy, the back row presently is going to be Stumpy. It's a small little cutting I took of the Dieffenbachia Vesuvius. I still got to spread these out a teeny bit to give the Vesuvius some room. So we have Stumpy, the Vesuvius, the maculata, and then another Stumpy. And in front of them there's going to be the Gloriosum, the Aglaonema silver. These are the other two. It was a pot basically of 4 to 5 stalks. And it got divvied up into 2 pots. And then the Panther, and then the small little Dieffenbachia compactus. I'm going to have to probably move the Rhaphidophora again, and I'm thinking of tucking it underneath the window where it can go entangle and argue with all of the snake plants. So at any rate, that is the, it's a really nice specimen, this maculata. I'm really, really happy I bought it. And it was about somewhere in the $20 to $25 range, right around there. It might have been $19.99 or $24.95, what have you. So, not too disappointed. And last but not least, room, we have another maculata. This is the larger of the 2 single stem splits that I took. And I just want to show you the leaf in more natural lighting. Look at that. Isn't that something? It's similar in theme to the reflector and the camouflage, but it's more subdued. This is more greens and grays and silvers, and the camouflage and the reflector have got the more black and yellow and creamy white patterning in them. But I'm fine with this one. I initially wanted a camouflage, but this is close enough to the camouflage for me to not need any more Dieffenbachias. I think I'm done. Between this and the Vesuvius, yeah, I got a nice little small selection. And I will show you real quick the Gigas new growth point and the Adansonii new growth point. These are the 2 that I took the top cuttings from that are now on the wall. So they're recovering nicely. And I also bought this little neon marble pothos, which I'm going to be trying to get onto a pole this week. And here is the neon pothos I'm treadmilling up to also get put in the main room with the wall. Okay, bear with me a second, folks. So there you have it. The large stuff that I got, you know, the Dieffenbachias and the Aglaonema, they all got split up, so I have multiples now with a representative in each of the plant areas. And then, you know, we have the singles, the marble pothos, the Ivory Coast alocasia, the Scindapsus, and the Thai constellation. And that's it. As far as all the new additions go, I'm really happy. I didn't spend that much, and now I've got just about everything. I've got certainly enough plants to keep me busy until next year, and then I'll try my luck at Walmart next year for a Verrucosum or a Melanochrysum, maybe another golden crocodile, if I don't get a pup in the near future. But yeah, there's only 2 philodendrons I want now. That's the Melanochrysum and the varicosum. And for that, I'm probably going to have to end up going online for both of them, and I really don't want to. My experience last year with the 3 suppliers I tried were, well, disappointing at best, let's just say. And I don't want to deal with them again. And they're 3 of the biggest, 2 of which supply Walmart, 1 of which is all over YouTube. But yeah, I learned the hard way, and I used to tell people this all the time with fish. Don't buy anything sight unseen. Well, I got reminded. Well, what strikes me is just the sheer incompetence of these outfits. It's beyond belief. Anyway, moving along, there is the new leaf of the Baby Pink Princess, which came out now completely clean, so we're done with whatever it is that causes that. It's over the hump. Here is the Gigas, already dropping the left leaf, which will soon start to expand. It should be just a little bit bigger than this one on the right, and then I'm hoping things become completely right as rain, and this thing shoots up at least 4 to 6 inches before it drops the next center leaf, which I'm also hoping will be big. Here is the flower of the Silver Sword, and again, it's still changing and developing and doing stuff. And below it is what I'm sure is another flower, and this has to be a male flower, and that's got to be a female flower. That's the only thing that I can think of to explain what we're seeing here. See, it's that small thing right there and that big thing up there. Isn't that funky looking? The tube opened up to show another tube that's going to open up. It's like the Russian nesting dolls. And yeah, there is the other maculata cutting that I took. And I don't know if I've mentioned this already, but the Cuprea leaf is 13 by 8 inches. I'm still astounded by that. Holy moly. Okay, folks, so there you have it. Everything is settled in. It's a bit crowded, but that's going to change. Remember, there's going to be major change going on as these base plants in the back get depotted and transferred to the wall. And then you all will see exactly the vision that I have in mind and how it's going to end up looking. It's going to be nice. Much cleaner, much less cluttered and forced together. It won't be so much, tuna in a sardine can. I do want to show you also, since I just noticed it, that new leaf on the Bipenifolium. This thing is just starting to really crank out. I'm really happy. I can't wait to get this transferred onto a pole and out of the pot system. This thing is in a pot that's way too big for it anyway, which is probably why it took so long to start growing again. It was probably it was a pot that was 3 sizes too big. I should have put it right away into a 6 or an 8, and instead I put it in a 10, just like the Silver Sword here, which also be why it got set back and didn't do so hot at the very beginning. But you live and you learn. So there you have it, folks. I'm going to stop right here on the Silver Sword with the flower. And y'all have fun.